Are there any lessons learned from enlightenment? Yes, of course there is. In a mindful way, you learn that your life, when it flashes before your very eyes, that moment that you were born into this world as a child, as a human form, as a growing entity, until the moment that this body fades and dies, is that you'll continue to learn, even though you know the truest. The truest is not an individual point, an individual fact. The truest is that what is growing with you. In a very human way, you learn that your childhood, which may have caused so many traumas towards that what preceded, until you faced up to the traumas. The traumas of childhood were not based around bad parenting, because the parents only did what they knew that had been handed down. And that what was handed down determines how they will teach and condition their children into what they think is the best for them. Something within this human race from many centuries ago became septic. Enlightenment teaches you that that septic was power. To be more powerful than anyone else. We can say power appears in every human being. A need to be powerful. A need to be a winner. A need to be successful. And these minuscule bits of power are fine. But when they transcend, when they make a transition into becoming, I like this power, I want to be even more powerful, is a problem. You see human beings, everyday human beings, in the world trying their hardest, parents trying their hardest, children trying their hardest, organizations trying their hardest, charities trying their hardest. The addicted druggie, the addicted alcoholic trying their hardest to find something that can take them out of that addiction. All fighting against one thing, that what is superior to them. This God is pure love, but it's dominant, meaning if it's allowed to be truly dominant, everything will become free and loving. It's like that good torch that shines love. There's no traumas, no problems, no fears, no concerns. It's love. But when you have that shadow torch, that one that wants to replicate God, thinks it is as powerful as God, that hierarchical, powerful force that we call society, the system, the bad guy. Does the bad guy exist? Well, that's absolutely true in a human way. Governments love to control the people. They love because the people have given them the power. Employers love to control the employees because the employees give them the power. And as the company progresses and expands itself, the shareholders give it the power because they want the money back, because when they get the money back, they have more powerful, then they don't have to be a slave. They don't have to be an employee anymore. The ladder of success is the ladder of power. The ladder of success is acceptable. It happens in the animal world. But when it takes the next step up, that I can be more powerful than the power, we see real trauma. Because our parents try and give us a basic understanding of what life is about. They give us a powerful look on what love is. But when you fall into the trap of that education system, and that education system says, no, you can be more powerful than your parents. You can show your parents how good you are, how incredibly powerful you are. You take the next step of the ladder up, and that's okay, within reason. But there are many right now who don't understand anything other than power. The human race, if you want to look at it in the human race, and this speaker normally speaks about that what is beyond humanity, that spirit, that soul, that beingness that we are, that consciousness. If you look at it in a human element, are we controlled? Absolutely. Why are we controlled? Because those that can control don't know they're controlling. The power has overtaken itself to be that powerful that it doesn't know how powerful it is. We develop an ego. Our parents give us a name. They give us simple things. They give us the clothes on our back. They give us whatever love it is that they have been handed down. Have they been handed down love from a poor man? Or have they been handed down love from a rich man? That's okay. But when they've been handed down love from a powerful man, the power continues to grow and expand. This power will be destroyed very soon. Individually, we can do it by seeking ourselves, by inquiring, because the enlightened being sees no power. But when it returns to that human state and sees the traumas that it unfolded before its very eyes as a child, it's seen it as parents being overly powerful. But when that's seen through, you realize the parents were being overly loving. And overly loving is that good light from that torch. Forgive your parents. Forgive those that gave you a home and kept you warm. Forgive them for the unintentional ways of trying to help you understand, because they didn't understand, you see. Because when the power make you feel as though you're so insignificant, you doubt yourself, you see, you doubt everything about yourself. If governments are not, and governments, corporate businesses, Hollywoods and all that stuff that really are enshrouded by not just financial power, but the power that they are extremely special and more special than you. If they are not taken down, meaning willingly, we'll see the end of this human race, because the power itself will destroy itself. Because when the car reaches that 240 miles per hour, it goes up to a point where the driver can often lose control. And the car, it crashes. The mind of power, your own powerful mind, will crash. But you don't become insignificant when your powerful mind crashes. You become wise. and free. And you understand why these human beings are frightened of this, what they create names for, Illuminati, corporations. They exist. And they exist with no compassion, no kindness. They exist very evil. Because power is evil. When it's said in the Lord's Prayer, the power and the glory, the power in that verse is given by these people. The Bible has been misinterpreted to try and say it's okay for there to be a tier system. You accept the Bible, you see, you accept all these religious books. The speaker's not condemning the Bible, because the Bible is an extremely, extremely important book. But a lot of it has been tampered with and misinterpreted to say for themselves, if we read it like this, then we can behave like this. If they behave it like that, then they will behave like that. If this is the way, it means it's okay for us to be powerful over that. Then we have the opposites. We can make good of good. Good in its natural way is good, but we can make it in a very conforming way to think that this good is good. The word good is good. But what the meaning of good is can be misinterpreted and created to say that if you make me money, that's good. If you live in poverty, then that's good for God. The whole mind is a regurgitation of vomit. And some feel nauseate, some feel weak, some feel as if they're insignificant, and some feel happy that the others feel these negative ways. Because while they remain negative, I remain powerful. I'm never sick, because I am power. That's the one that you are overcoming. You're not overcoming your childhood traumas. You're overcoming that what created the childhood traumas. The sickness in humanity that's been going on for centuries, that we call division. Humanity has not always been the kindest race to itself. That what wants to divide itself from another, whether it's a white man or a black man wanting to divide itself from the opposite, or a rich man wanting to divide itself from a poor man, these are ideas and concepts. Because when we all pass our bodies, we all pass each other. And those that are powerful, they take a long time to pass. While those that are meek, humble, simple, gone. Straight into the heart of God. How powerful is your mind? Your mind is okay to be powerful if it's going to help another human being. Or if it's going to help yourself overcome that extreme power. But your mind is not always up there. That's a powerful mind. This mind in the middle is tried every day to find some sort of power. But the hara is the supreme power. The hara is God. If you find that power, all these governments, corporations, Illuminatis, they're trivial. They are like grains of sand. And you can blow them away with one thought. Only the power of life, equally shared, is that what is here. Those that think otherwise, behave otherwise, They're the vomit. They think they're the power. Watch this space. Watch the space between the thoughts, the space between the breath. And in that space, if you fall, you'll fall into the true power. It's not a void, it's not emptiness, it's not self. It's the power of wisdom. And the power of wisdom cannot be tampered with by any human, only by the being. And to discover the being, you have to be compassionate, kind, and equal, trusting, faithful, and accept that all of this is passing. Namaste.